Every single day, we're bombarded with the message that if we want something, we need to go out and chase it down. But what if I told you that the most profound things in life, the things truly meant for us, have a way of finding us instead? This isn't just poetic musing, it's a principle deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Today, we're going to explore how shifting from chasing to attracting can transform the way we live and bring us closer to our true destinies. So, if you're tired of the relentless pursuit and ready to discover how what belongs to you will simply find you, you're in the right place. Let's unravel these Stoic secrets together and learn how to attract the life we deserve. If you appreciate the insights we're sharing today, a simple, free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button and make sure you don't skip any part of the video to catch every bit of wisdom on how to transform chasing into attracting. In the hustle of everyday life, we often find ourselves caught up in the relentless pursuit of our goals. We strategize, we plan, we hustle, constantly pushing ourselves to the brink of exhaustion. But have you ever stopped to consider that maybe, just maybe, there's a more serene path to achieving your dreams? This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers a refreshing perspective. Stoics teach us a powerful lesson: do your best and then detach from the outcome. It's a simple yet profoundly liberating concept. When we detach, we free ourselves from the anxieties associated with our desires. This doesn't mean that we should stop caring about our goals or become passive spectators of our own lives. Instead, it's about putting forth our best effort and then stepping back, trusting that we've done all we can and that the universe will handle the rest. Think of it as planting a seed. You choose a fertile spot, you plant it, you water it, but then you don't keep digging it up to check if it's growing. You trust that with the right conditions, it will bloom in due time. This detachment isn't about inaction, it's about controlled action. It's about doing your part meticulously and then letting go of the urge to control every aspect of the unfolding process. By adopting this Stoic practice, we shift our focus from outcomes, which are often out of our control, to actions, which are within our control. This shift not only helps reduce stress and anxiety, but also enhances our overall satisfaction with life. When we detach, we allow space for creativity and flexibility. We open ourselves up to different possibilities that we might have missed if we were too narrowly focused on a specific outcome. Moreover, detachment brings with it the gift of peace. When you're not overly attached to the result of your actions, you're more likely to take failures and setbacks in stride. Each setback becomes a lesson, not a catastrophe. This peaceful mindset encourages resilience and a steady dedication to personal excellence, free from the drama of fluctuating external circumstances. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the things we most desperately seek seem to evade us the most? It's like trying to catch a butterfly with frantic grabs. The more you reach, the more it flutters away. Stoicism teaches us the law of attraction, but not in the mystical sense that you might find in popular self-help books. Instead, it's grounded in the practical, rational philosophy of aligning with the natural order of things. According to the Stoics, by aligning our character and actions with virtue and reason, we naturally attract the circumstances and outcomes that are best suited for us. This Stoic law of attraction is all about cultivating an inner magnetism that draws experiences and opportunities towards us. It starts with fostering virtue, qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. When we focus on being the best versions of ourselves, we operate at a higher frequency, and our lives begin to reflect these higher ideals. It's not about forcing what we want to happen, but rather setting a stage where desirable outcomes are the most natural conclusion. Think about it this way. If you embody reliability, integrity, and kindness, you'll likely attract people who value and resonate with those qualities. Similarly, if you maintain a mindset of abundance and gratitude, you'll find that more opportunities come your way. It's not magic, it's a reflection of the principle that like attracts like. But there's an important Stoic twist to this: detachment from specific outcomes. While we strive and set intentions, we remain open to the results, trusting that whatever happens is for the best, even if it's not what we originally planned or hoped for. This doesn't mean we don't care about the results, but rather that we're not dependent on them for our happiness or peace of mind. So, how can you apply this Stoic law of attraction in your own life? Start by reflecting on the virtues you want to cultivate. Focus on building your character in alignment with Stoic principles. Engage in daily actions that reinforce these virtues, and watch as your external world begins to align with your internal state. Remember, the key here is consistency and a genuine commitment to living according to these principles. It's easy to feel like life is a series of ups and downs, where we're often tossed around by the waves of circumstance. But what if I told you that there's a way to ride these waves with grace and even be uplifted by them at every turn? This is the heart of the Stoic path of alignment, where every challenge, every twist and turn in your journey is seen not just as a hurdle, but as an opportunity to rise. The Stoics had this powerful concept of amor fati, which means love your fate. This profound acceptance goes beyond mere resilience. It's about embracing whatever happens with open arms, trusting that there's a reason for it, and finding ways to use every situation to your advantage. By aligning with this Stoic mindset, you position yourself to be uplifted no matter the circumstances. Now imagine seeing each obstacle as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. When you encounter setbacks, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "How can this enhance my growth?" This shift in perspective isn't just optimistic, it's strategic. It harnesses the inherent power of every situation to bolster your journey forward. Being uplifted at every turn doesn't mean that life stops throwing challenges your way. It means that you develop an unshakable core of inner strength and wisdom that turns every challenge into a teacher and every setback into a setup for a comeback. This is what alignment with Stoic principles looks like in action. It's about finding your equilibrium so deeply within yourself that external events can't knock you off balance for long. So how can we start to live this way? It begins with cultivating a mindset of growth and acceptance. Practice seeing the good in every situation. When things don't go as planned, instead of spiraling into frustration or despair, look for the silver lining. What can this teach you? How can this strengthen you? And remember, this isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending that things are okay when they're not. It's about a deeper acknowledgement that everything serves your evolution in some way. Another key aspect is to practice gratitude regularly. Gratitude anchors us to the present moment and helps us appreciate the value of now, regardless of our circumstances. This doesn't mean ignoring the past or future, but it does involve a conscious acknowledgement of the present as a source of strength and opportunity. Ever stop to wonder why you want the things you want? It's a question that might seem simple at first glance, but dives deep into the core of who we are and what drives us. This exploration of our desires isn't just about understanding our wants. It's about uncovering the very essence of our motivations and aligning them with our true selves. And trust me, this isn't just philosophical fluff. It's about getting real with what makes us tick. The Stoics were big on understanding desires. They didn't see desires as inherently good or bad, but as natural human impulses that can guide us if we handle them wisely. According to Stoicism, every desire is an opportunity to reflect on our values and the kind of life we want to lead. They prompt us to ask, are these desires leading me towards a more virtuous, meaningful existence, or are they pulling me away from it? This Stoic approach to desires teaches us not to be driven by them, but to understand and scrutinize them. When you feel a strong desire, take a moment to dissect it. Where is this coming from? Is it coming from a place of lack, societal pressure, or is it a genuine expression of your individuality? It's about peeling back the layers of "I want" and getting to the root of "Why do I want?" This is how we ensure our desires are serving us, not the other way around. For instance, if you desire success, what's driving that desire? Is it the need for external validation, or is it motivated by an intrinsic passion for what you do? By getting to the heart of why we want the things we want, we can align our actions with our truest intentions, leading to a more fulfilling life. Moreover, the Stoics remind us that our desires, while important, should not control us. They advocated for a balance, pursuing our desires while maintaining an inner detachment from them. This isn't about suppression or denial. It's about maintaining a freedom from being enslaved by our wants. It's the difference between owning your desires and being owned by them. So, next time you find yourself yearning for something, take it as a cue for introspection. Analyze it, understand its origins, and align it with your Stoic virtues. This doesn't mean you dull your ambitions or dampen your dreams. Quite the opposite. It means you pursue them from a place of wisdom, clarity, and self-awareness. Living within your imagination might sound like something out of a whimsical fantasy tale, but what if I told you that this Stoic practice could be one of the most practical and transformative tools in your life? When we talk about imagination in a Stoic context, it's not about escaping reality, but rather creating a vision that shapes your reality. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to envision and manifest the life you truly want. The Stoics understood the incredible power of the mind. They believed that our thoughts and perceptions shape our experiences and realities. So, living within your imagination is about deliberately choosing the narratives and visions that populate your mind. It's about consciously crafting your internal dialogue to reflect the life and person you aspire to be. This isn't wishful thinking, it's strategic thinking. Imagine using your mind as a workshop where every thought, every visualization is a tool shaping your future. When you consistently envision yourself achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, and living in alignment with your values, you start to turn these mental images into tangible outcomes. It's about aligning your mental and emotional energy with your actions so that your external circumstances begin to mirror your internal state. This Stoic practice of creative manifestation involves more than just daydreaming. It requires a disciplined approach to mental training. For example, if you aspire to be a successful entrepreneur, you would begin by imagining the day-to-day operations of your business, the satisfaction of your customers, and the fulfillment of your professional ambitions. By vividly picturing these scenarios, you embed these aspirations deeply into your subconscious, which then influences your daily decisions and actions. Living within your imagination also means being mindful of negative mental patterns that can sabotage your success. Stoicism teaches us to recognize and replace negative thoughts with empowering ones. It's about maintaining a vigilant guard over your mind, ensuring that your imagination is a sanctuary of constructive and positive visions. The beauty of this approach is that it empowers you to become the architect of your own fate. Instead of being passively shaped by external circumstances, you actively shape your path through the power of your imagination. And as you do this, you'll find that not only do your actions become more effective, but your reality begins to shift in ways that reflect your vision. So, start today. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life in vivid detail. The emotions, the settings, the achievements. Make this practice a regular part of your routine, like a mental gym where you strengthen your visionary muscles. Over time, you'll be amazed at how the act of living within your imagination can bring forth opportunities, insights, and outcomes that perfectly align with your Stoic journey towards a fulfilling life. In the bustling chaos of our daily routines, peace might seem elusive, like it's always just out of reach. However, Stoicism teaches us that true peace comes from within, not from the external world. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. This doesn't mean ignoring the realities of life, but rather choosing not to let them dominate your emotional state. It's about finding that calm center within yourself, where you're moved by neither praise nor criticism, success nor failure. Moving on to letting go, this is where Stoicism really shines. The Stoics advocate for practicing detachment, not as a way to diminish our experiences or relationships, but to enhance them. By letting go of our tight grip on how things should be, we open ourselves up to how things could be. This means accepting both successes and setbacks with grace, understanding that everything is transient, and that excessive attachment leads to unnecessary suffering. Letting go is essentially about embracing the flow of life, trusting that each experience has its place and purpose. Now, trusting the divine flow might sound a bit mystical, especially in the context of Stoicism, which is known for its practical and logical philosophy. However, even the Stoics acknowledged that there are many things outside our control. Trusting the divine flow means acknowledging that while we can control our actions and attitudes, we cannot control the outcomes. It's about doing your best, then stepping back and letting things unfold as they will. This trust isn't passive resignation, but an active engagement with life from a place of confidence and calm. When you combine these three elements, finding peace, letting go, and trusting the flow, you create a powerful framework for living. It's like setting sail on a vast ocean. Your skills and efforts determine the direction of your sail, but the wind and the waves that move you are beyond your control. By trusting in this flow, you navigate life not with fear or resistance, but with an open heart and a ready smile, adaptable to wherever the journey takes you. Incorporating these practices into daily life starts with small steps. Begin by observing moments when you feel tension or resistance. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to too tightly? What can I let go of? Gradually, you'll learn to distinguish between what you can change and what you must accept. Over time, this builds resilience and a profound sense of peace, anchoring you deeply in the present moment, where life actually happens. Imagine for a moment that happiness isn't just the result of achieving what you desire, but is actually a crucial part of bringing those desires into reality. This is the core of the Stoic approach to joyful manifestation. The idea that cultivating a genuine sense of joy not only enriches your life, but also propels you towards your goals. It's a fascinating twist on the usual narrative that suggests happiness is something to be pursued. Instead, Stoicism teaches us that happiness is something we create within ourselves, which in turn attracts the outcomes we desire. The Stoics weren't suggesting we plaster a smile on our faces during tough times or ignore the complexities of human emotions. Rather, they advocated for finding contentment with the present moment, whatever it might bring. This form of happiness is about stability and resilience, qualities that allow you to remain buoyant and optimistic, even when life throws its inevitable curveballs. So how does this relate to manifestation? Well, when you maintain a joyful state, you're more likely to approach challenges with creativity and enthusiasm rather than dread and resistance. This mindset not only makes the journey more enjoyable, but also increases your effectiveness. Think about it. When you're happy, you're more engaged, more productive, and more magnetic to others. This energy then feeds back into your pursuits, creating a cycle of positivity that draws opportunities and success toward you. But here's the key. Stoic happiness isn't dependent on external circumstances. It's derived from an inner alignment with your values and actions. It's about doing the right thing and finding joy in that righteousness itself rather than the potential rewards it could bring. This is crucial because it means your happiness isn't held hostage by the ups and downs of life. You maintain control over your joy because it's tied to your actions and your philosophy, not the fluctuating external outcomes. To put this into practice, start by identifying what truly matters to you, what you value most. Then, align your daily actions with these values. For example, if you value kindness, find ways to incorporate acts of kindness into your day. This alignment naturally brings a sense of fulfillment and happiness, which according to Stoic philosophy is the most powerful attractor of all. It's important to cultivate gratitude. By appreciating what you already have, you shift your focus from lack to abundance, which in turn attracts more abundance. Make it a daily habit to reflect on the things you're grateful for. This could be as simple as a sunny day, a productive meeting, or even just a moment of quiet. Gratitude not only enhances your mood, but also shifts your perspective to one of richness and opportunity, prime conditions for attracting your deepest desires. Thank you for joining us on this journey at Stoic Journal. We hope you found insights and inspiration to carry into your daily life. Remember, the path to wisdom is not just learned but lived. If you're curious to dive deeper into the art of Stoic living, check out one of the suggested videos on the screen. Continue exploring, continue growing. Thank you for being part of our community.